Hi, hello guys, welcome back. This is my day 16th of Speaking in English challenge. Today I'd like to talk about how important reading is. As an English learner, I think reading is crucial because if you're reading something that you enjoy, you're likely to learn a language faster. Reading can especially improve your vocabulary, writing, and of course, grammar. The more you read, the more grammar pattern you'll see, the more vocabulary you'll see. People trying to learn a language, they focus on listening, they focus on speaking, but they forgot to focus on reading. Or some people, they don't even like to read. They think reading is boring. And nowadays we have a lot of YouTube video. Why would we read? That's what they thought. I mean, reading isn't that boring. When you read something you enjoy, you are learning. You're learning everything. Like you're learning a story, you have you have general knowledge, you have vocabulary, you have grammar, you have everything in the same place. As an English learner, what do we read? That's the most common question. Well, I would say it depends on your English level. If you're a beginner, you better read books that are made for beginner. Or you can ask AI. Ask AI like, give me an interesting story for English beginner to practice reading, and AI will generate for you. You cannot read intermediate level books if you are in basic level. It'll be overwhelming. It'll be very difficult for you to understand. Know your level. There are a lot of websites you can go check your English level for free. First of all, check your English level. If you're a beginner, just go with beginner books. Do not try intermediate or advanced books. So, how do we learn by reading? Yes, when you're reading, you'll see a lot of grammar pattern. You don't necessarily need to write down those grammar pattern. But if you have a highlighter, I recommend get one highlighter and highlight the words that you don't know or highlight the words that are difficult for you to pronounce. When you're trying to read, just don't read by your mind. Try to read aloud. This is the most underrated way, but the most useful and the most effective way to practice your pronunciation if you are alone or if you're studying on your own. What is reading aloud? Reading aloud is you have to read out loud the paragraph or the story so that you can practice your pronunciation. Your brain will get used to with the language when you're reading aloud. I'm going to show you how to read aloud. Recently, I have read this book, The Power of Positive Attitude. This is basically for intermediate level. Since my English level is intermediate, I am reading this book, and it's okay for me. It's not too difficult. Of course, there are words that I don't know. Of course, there are words that I can't even pronounce, but I read aloud. I highlighted the words that I don't know, grammar patterns, or the words that I can't pronounce. And I tried to search on Google, and I did the right pronunciation after I discovered it. So let me show you how to read aloud. When you're trying to read aloud, put your feeling and be natural. Do not read aloud like robot. For example, like assess your attitude toward yourself. You don't read that way. If you're reading that way, you won't improve your pronunciation. You won't improve your speaking. In fact, you're just wasting your time. When you're trying to read aloud, put your feeling and try to use this English intonation up and down. And if you don't know the pronunciation, you can go check on YouTube or on Google. Check the pronunciation first and write down the pronunciation on top of the word so that you know. Okay, I'm gonna read the first paragraph and you guys can see how I read aloud. If you're physically well, the quality of your life will depend mostly on your attitude. It's important, therefore, to consider that attitude reflects both inwardly on yourself and outwardly to other people. Okay, I won't put any feeling and I will just read aloud. If you are physically well, the quality of your life will depend mostly on your attitude. It's important, therefore, to consider that attitude reflects both inwardly on yourself and outwardly to other people. You guys can see what's the difference, right? So what I'm trying to say is you don't actually need to read books. Don't read books. If you're bored, do not read books. Just go on YouTube, go and read bedtime stories for kids or the one that you're interested in. For example, like if you're interested in history, geography, or biography, you can go check online. Of course, you have to find out the one that suits your English level. Or you can ask AI to generate. So if you don't have any speaking partner, I would recommend for you to read aloud, like I showed you. It's really effective and it's literally helpful for your pronunciation. Alright guys, I hope this video is helpful for your English journey. Thank you for watching my videos. See you tomorrow. Bye.